University of Minnesota basketball star Reggie Lynch is appealing a suspension that would end his season.
This comes after an investigation by the U. The final report details a sexual assault that happened in April of 2016 at Lynch's dorm room. The investigation concluded the Edina native violated the school's sexual misconduct policy. Lynch is now facing suspension and a ban on campus. He plans to appeal, which would effectively put that punishment on hold. Lynch is still on the basketball team, but cannot play. We have team coverage on the investigation and its fallout. We begin with Reg Chapman tonight. Reg?
Liz, Athletic Director Mark Coyle says he made the decision today to suspend Reggie Lynch from athletic participation. He says Lynch will be allowed to practice until the process of investigating allegations into sexual misconduct are complete.
Because of student privacy laws, both federal and state, we're restricted on what we can say and what we can't say.
University of Minnesota Athletic Director Mark Coyle says he cannot talk specifics about the investigation into accusations of sexual assault against Reggie Lynch.
And we have 750 student athletes. And it's important that we provide due process to all of our student athletes, to all students on this campus. And so, again, we follow that process.
Lynch has been down this road before. He was accused of sexual assault back in May of 2016. He was arrested and spent 36 hours in the Hennepin County Jail, but was released after the county attorney declined to press charges. But it was an alleged assault inside a dorm room in Roy Wilkins Hall in April of 2016 that EOA investigators believe should keep Lynch banned from campus until 2020.
I think at a minimum, Gopher Athletics should have taken Reggie off the team a while ago. I know that they were aware of these allegations. I know that they were aware of the report.
Abby Honnold is an advocate for victims of sexual assault. She says the athletic department knew about the accusations against Lynch. She feels officials are talking a good game but doing little to back up what they preach.
I do think that when it came to things like training and education, that they were really on board with that. But it was harder to get across when I was talking about accountability. Because, no matter how much training, no matter how much education you have, if there's no accountability when you break those rules, what incentive is there to go by them? And I really brought up Reggie as an example of that.
Now, the complaint filed against Lynch has not been made public. Neither have the findings from the university's investigation. So we do not know what happened inside that dorm room last April. Minneapolis police confirmed they are not investigating this case. What we do know is Lynch plans to appeal his suspension, Liz.
All right, Reg. Thank you. And again, Lynch grew up in Edina and played basketball at the high school. Last season, he was named Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Now, the Gophers have a Big Ten matchup this weekend against Indiana, which Lynch will sit out.
Mike Max joins us now. And Mike, help break this down for us.
It's complicated, as you can see. I think people get confused because they say, is this a criminal investigation? Is it a university investigation? Well, if it's a university investigation, does it have any legs? Can you stand behind it? Some of that stuff will unfold here in the days to come because those will become a legal issue. But the here and now is he's not going to play. And his future really is in doubt here at the University of Minnesota. There is no doubt the Gopher coaching staff and players know that Reggie Lynch's situation is fragile, although it's difficult to process through what is legal and what is the university policy and how it all applies. With that, it's difficult to see a scenario right now where he returns unless there is legal action taken. His attorney did defend most of the Gopher football players in last year's scandal. Lynch is considered a very important part of this team, probably the third best player, a team that has high expectations. The head coach maintains there were no major causes for concern when they brought him in as a transfer.
We never saw any red flags leading up to this, certainly. So we do as much background as we possibly can with everybody we bring in.
He will continue to practice with the team. They play Indiana, as you mentioned, tomorrow afternoon at home. And this is not something they needed. The Gophers have positioned themselves to have a very good season, and this is a great disruption, obviously, the secondary to the victim and all the circumstances.
And obviously not good for the entire athletics department. They didn't need this again either.
That's right, or the University of Minnesota.
All right, more to process and more to come. Thank you, Mike.